You know, this is what every single last king needs to understand. This is a very painful story for me to tell, but I have to share this story. I have to tell this story. I'm on a mission, and God wants me to share this story because I don't want any of the guys making the same mistakes I made. But anyway, this story starts off in high school. And like I said in a previous video, I was pretty dysfunctional in high school. I was a troubled child. It would all start in the 10th grade. I would start my troubled years. Before that, I was pretty normal. But not only was I troubled, I was also very misogynistic. And this misogyny started when I was 15 years old. When I was in the ninth grade, towards the end, I would start to consume red pill content. And I stumbled across it on the internet. And the first guy I started to watch, the first guy I was introduced to was this guy named Alpha Male Strategies. And if you don't know this guy he's the one who started it all. He's the one who started basically the red pill on YouTube. He's the pioneer. He's the one who started the woman hate, basically, the misogyny, the pump and dump, the treat women like crap. He's the one who started all of this stuff. The modern red pill you see today wouldn't have started without this guy. But anyway, I would start to watch this dude, and despite me being troubled, despite me being misogynistic, I still had girls who liked me back in high school. I still had girls that I was cool with. But in high school, I basically cut off all my female friends that I used to talk to after I started to consume red pill content, because red pill content tells you don't be friends with girls, don't give any girl your free attention that you don't want to be intimate with. They tell you girls just want to use you for your attention. They tell you don't be in the friend zone and don't be a simp. So I cut off a lot of girls, but despite that, I still had this one girl that I was pretty close to. And originally I thought this girl was just just some ordinary attention seeking thought, because she did some attention seeking things. But me and this girl in the 11th grade, me and her became pretty close, and we became pretty good friends. She would be a very caring person towards me. She would be a very good friend towards me. She was just very good. I have nothing but good memories of her back then. She was the first girl who I ever told that I loved her, and she was the first girl who ever said, "I love you too." I'll never forget that. But in January 2020, I remember this girl, she broke up with her boyfriend, and she started showing interest in me. And at the time, I was consuming, all this red pill crap, and I was even going into some of the black pill. So I was pretty insecure, and I also had red pill content telling me to treat her like crap, be toxic to her, and be emotionally unavailable to her. And I was pretty insecure and frustrated at women. This girl was very attractive. I'd rate her like a 7 or an 8. She had a curvy body. She had a cute face, and other guys were interested in her. She had other simps. Well, I shouldn't use the word simp. I don't want to use that word, but she had other guys that liked her. Like this one other dude really liked her a lot. He was chasing after her for like years. But she was showing a lot of interest in me, and I didn't feel like I deserved her. Like, I was insecure. I felt like she could do better than me. So I would just start being toxic, man. Like, I took a lot of my frustration out on her. I never hit her, but I would just start being mean and toxic to her. I would just start being emotionally unavailable. I'd be very demanding, very narcissistic, and just very rude and mean to her. But despite all of that, she would put up with all of it because, she liked me and stuff. And, just stuff like that. She would put up with a lot of it. So this would continue on for like what, like a month or two. I remember she was my Valentine in 2020, even though I didn't give her her gift and she didn't give me mine because we just did something stupid. But I remember after like I remember I lied to her and I told her I gave her Valentine's gift to another girl. I lied and it was very stupid. I lied and I just did it to make her jealous. I did it to make her to make her mad, to piss her off. And I remember after I told her that, she would start to slowly be passive aggressive towards me and just start doing passive aggressive things. She would start talking about other guys in front of me and she just started giving me a dose of my own medicine. And she would also tell me that my friends are telling me not to talk to you anymore. But despite her telling me that, I still kept up my behavior. And she would still start to keep up this passive aggressive behavior towards me. She was passive aggressive, but she was also still good to me. But eventually I did something. Like, I remember I remember one day I walked in her class and she just told me, "You don't care about me." And I said, "Yes, I do." And she was like, "No, you don't. You just want to use me." And I tried to like, how do you pronounce this word? I try to console her. I try to like reassure her that I do care about her. I gave her a hug and I was like, I care about you and stuff like that. Then I walked out the room. But then I started thinking to myself, like the red pill kicked in after that. And the red pill tells you don't be emotionally vulnerable. Don't show any affection towards girls. So I texted her on the phone. Like, I reversed it on her. I told her that you don't care about me. I basically tried to gaslight her. I told her you don't care about me and stuff like that. And after that, she just had enough and she started giving me the silent treatment and she slowly like just started having enough of me. And it would just all go downhill after that. I could go into more details. Like this story continues on after this, but this is the point where it would just be broken beyond repair. I don't want to go into any more details. This video is already long enough as it is. It's like 8 minutes. But yeah, consuming this manosphere stuff, this red pill, black pill stuff ruined my relationship. Ruined a relationship with a girl who loved me and a girl who cared about me a lot. Out of all girls that I've encountered so far, my voice cracked a little bit there, but out of all girls I've had in my life, this is the girl who cared about me the most. This is the girl who liked me the most. This is the girl who is just the best out of all of them. Like nobody beats her. So I really ruined a good thing from consuming all this content. But anyway, that's the end of this video. Don't make the same mistake I made. Don't take it for granted. Don't be emotionally unavailable and stop watching and consuming this toxic content. Because being toxic to a girl, it only works on, like low self-esteem girls, man. No girl's gonna put up with it for that long. But anyway, I'll talk to you later.